model of cooperative learning or the stages of team development. There are 5 stages of team development as discussed by Alice McPherson. Stage 1, forming. This is the time of organization and orientation about the task. The details about the task and informations are discussed and identified. So this is the time when the instructor assign the students to the different learning groups and at the same time provides materials to be covered or discussed. At this stage, the members of the learning group answer the following questions. What is the task of the group and how will I be able to contribute to, for the completion of the task? And what kind of behavior is acceptable in this group and how am I to behave? So at this stage of the development, individual members of the learning group are not yet clear on what they are supposed to be doing or achieving, no? Since the members of the group are still new, so its mission is not yet owned by the group, and the group um, have yet established, no, still in the process of clarifying where the group is going. And since this is probably the first time for the group to meet, no, it is expected that they have not established trust among the members of the group, and the norms, no, of the team are not yet established. At this stage also, the members of the group are still checking out each other and have not yet committed to the team. That's forming. Stage 2, storming. At this stage, after the initial meeting, the group have triggered or created some emotions. The demands of the task will trigger part of this response, and the more the difficult the task appears in relation to individuals' self-perceived abilities, the greater the potential for a storm. So that is why they label this stage as the storming stage. This is the time when the group begins to discover, no, the other members of the group, and as a result, okay, conflict can arise. So at this stage, the members of the group try to answer the questions: Am I emotionally ready to deal with the task? Do I really want to work with my members or with the people that is assigned to my group? And roles and responsibilities are articulated or clarified, and problem solving does not work well. So at this stage, no, since this is the beginning, no, more or less the they have probably met for the second or third time. They have not yet established again, no, good relationship among the members of the learning group. At the same time, there is no clear flow of communication. And at this stage also, it's possible that members of the team, no, try to modify the mission, okay, and of the team, no, and trying out new or different ideas. As a result also, splinter groups, no, can form as a result of the discovered differences, no. So let's say you have a group of 5. It's possible that 2 students or 2 members will have some sort of separate groupings, and the 3 others will have a different groupings, no, within the group. So the idea here is because they do not members of the group does not know each other that much yet, no, so they have not yet established trust among the members of the group. So anxiety, of course, no, abounds, and competition is high, no, because as I've said, no, they just started, no, to know each other. So the level of participation by members is at its highest, at least for some, and probably slowest for other members of the learning group. So that's storming. Stage 3 is norming. So at this stage, the group has started to develop some kind or type of communication, and probably have started already a kind of procedure as to how to go about doing the activity, no, the completion of the task. So at this stage also, the information is being exchanged and ideas and opinions are already shared, no. At this stage, the focus of the group is on the task, no, and members answer the questions, what do I have that will help, no, the group, no, accomplish the task, and how can I help, no, as an individual member of the group, no, how can I help contribute to the completion of the assigned task. That's norming, no. So at this stage also, the team members, no, will discover, no, the resources, no, the different resources that they can use to complete the task, no, and they at this stage also they begin to appreciate, no, and trust the other members of the group. And okay, very important, no, the hidden agenda becomes open and clear to the individual members, no, and of course they start to work already, no, as a team or as a group. Okay, that's norming. And now we go to the fourth stage, which is performing. So everyone is already focused, no, at this stage or of the cooperative learning, no. The members of the learning group has already developed some relationship. So everyone is now focused on the activity, no, the task assigned. No, at this stage, the focus primarily is directed towards the completion of the work or the product, no. So at this stage, no, the members of the learning group will answer the questions, how do I what do I have that will help us or the group accomplish the task, and how can I help contribute to group unity, no. So at this time, no, because the learning group members have already established procedures and even communication, no, so team members have already an idea as to how to go about completing the task, no. So at this stage, instead of the I orientation, okay, the group have already established, no, the we identification or orientation. So now they are not just working individually or competing against each other, but they are working as a team. Okay, so now they have focusing, no, on completing the task, okay, given. And finally, the last stage, adjourning. Okay, adjourning is also like a processing in the elements or characteristics of cooperative learning. This is the time where the group already have completed, no, the task, and they start to wrap up and of course evaluate the performance of the group, no. At this stage, they ask the question, what went well, okay, and at the same time they reflect on their experience and hopefully, no, learn from that experience so that when they go to the next, for example, group, so they can actually bring that experience, no, to the other group and hopefully become better, no, especially when they start grouping again for another activity. So that's the last stage, no, adjourning. Again, no, going back, there are the model of cooperative learning, no, there are 5 stages of development. Okay, first is forming. Again, this is the time when the instructor organize the different learning groups and assign or provides materials and assign the task, no, to be completed at the end of the, let's say, a semester or the quarter, no. So this is also the time when the instructor orient or discuss the process of the cooperative learning and the purpose of coming up with this approach, no, in terms of complying or completing the task. Second is storming. So at this stage, no, the members of the group starts to develop some relationship, but at the same time, since this is new, they are new to the team, okay, and they do not know each other that much, no, conflict can arise, no. So they're still struggling, no, to really come up with procedure and develop communication among the members of the group. Third is, of course, norming. This is the time when the group have already developed some procedure in terms of communication, and ideas are already exchanged among the members of the group. Fourth is performing. This is the stage where the group, no, is focused on completing the assigned task, no. So they have already developed more or less, no, a procedure, and communication is already established, no. So they are now focused on completing the assigned task. And finally, adjourning, or the processing part, no. This is the time when the group actually have completed already their assigned task, and they are now in the process of wrapping up and okay, reflecting on their experience.